Hi friends, in this video I'll show you my technique of chopping and I call it as the Tadanki Chop. If we go back to the previous times, divide and conquer was the order of the day and everybody used to do FECO, the divide and conquer technique only. Then came the stop and chop technique which drastically changed the way people started doing FECO. My technique of chopping is a minor but a more efficient variant of a direct or the vertical chop. For chopping, in my technique, I use a blunt tip Sinski for perfect chop. There is no need for a sharp tip chopper to do the chopping. So here I try to make a slight comparison between the thickness of the nucleus and the bent tip of the Sinski hook. The thickness of the nucleus varies between 3 to 4 millimeters depending upon the density of the cataract, whereas the length of the bent part of the Sinski hook is about 0.7 to 0.8 millimeters. So when we are piercing the nucleus with the tip of the Sinski hook, the chance of the tip going and hitting the posterior capsule is very low. I have taken a screenshot of the video here. Even though the bent tip of the Sinski goes only about 20% of the depth of the nucleus, it still gives an excellent separation of the nucleus. My FECO machine is Millennium. There is not much of settings to do in this and all my settings are shown in the video here. Coming to the technique of the surgery, I will show a few cases in which I have done the Tadanki Chop. First I will show the surgery in real time and after that I will show each and every step in high magnification and slow motion for you to understand very clearly. So if you see in this video, this chopping is more safer and more effective because we are not going to the periphery, we are not going to the equator, and the chance of injury plexus margin is very low because we are doing most of the procedure in the center, in the pupil area. Now let us observe the surgery in slow motion. So the step number 1 is trench. So we trench the nucleus, we create some space there, then hold the nucleus very firmly. Then we come to the step 2. In step 2, after getting a good purchase of the nucleus, with the tip of the Sinski hook, nucleus is pierced. After piercing the nucleus, we go to the next step, that is the lateral separation. In this step, just see how nicely the nucleus separates into 2 fragments. Here we get a very nice clean separation of the nuclear fragments in this procedure. So coming back to the surgery, I do the second chop. So here also in the same way I hold the nucleus and with the tip of the Sinski hook I do the chopping. Now I rotate the nucleus, I make a further chop, I separate one more quadrant, I make the other half into 2 more pieces. So now I make the third chop. Then I rotate the nucleus. So the 4th quadrant, I again make one more chop. Here, after making the last chop, see the way the nucleus floats up into the anterior chamber. So coming to the case number 2, this is not a very hard cataract, this is a very soft one, probably grade 1 or grade 2. And in this also we can see very clearly the each and every step of the surgery. So see how nicely the nucleus is pierced and then cracked. All of the steps like rotation, piercing and cracking are the same as in the previous case. I kept stressing on the complete separation of the nuclear fragments repeatedly because a clear separation makes the emulsification easier. The last chop completes the second case. So now we come to the third case. I show a slightly more harder cataract. This is a grade 3 cataract and I am showing this as I wanted to demonstrate the beautiful separation of the nuclear fragments with my technique. last chop, and then we come to the intumescent cataract. In this case, I did a two-stage rhexis, and then I did a piercing chop after draining out the fluid cortex. Here, one can see that there is absolutely no stress on the zonules and the cracking is done effortlessly. So the next case is phaco in mid-dilated pupil. I find this technique especially helpful in smaller mid-dilated pupils, as the piercing chop can be done under full visualization. As we are doing the procedure under full visualization, unlike in horizontal chop, the risk of damage to the iris and the rhexis margin is minimalized. So coming to the last case, this is a mature cataract, a small pupil and dense hard cataract. Hard cataracts are difficult to chop and crack with any technique described, as the nucleus is leathery and it stretches instead of cracking. In this situation also, the piercing chop does better than any other chopping method described. To sum up, Tadanki Chop decreases the phaco time, decreases the phaco energy used, and increases the patient's safety, as the clean separation of the nuclear fragments makes them amenable for good emulsification. Thank you for watching.